that concludes a little bit of insight into James' life, his children's life, and his love for parenting, his interactions with his family. Things that I guess all of us have been aware of, but have never had the opportunity to see firsthand. So thank you for the presentation and being able to watch that. Now, we're going to move into a small time for reflection, during which we're going to have a little bit of music played in the background. Where I'd ask anybody that wishes to place a floral tribute upon James's coffin to come forward and do so. Thank you. Gunther, if you would be good enough to come up and offer up a reading. Your brother, you will come and answer a prayer as well. Something additional that you were going through.
Let's have a reading from John 14:1-6. The way, the truth, and the life. Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. In my Father's house are many dwelling places. If it were not so, I would not have told you. I go to prepare a place for you, and if I go and prepare a place for you, I will come again to receive you myself, that where I am, there you may be also. And where I go for you now, and the way you know. Thomas said to him, Lord, we do not know where you are going, so how can we know the way? Jesus said to him, I am the truth, the way, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. James, we know that you're already in heaven, bless, and safe travels. Love you.
Now, when we look at the order of service, we had a section here where we were going to invite people to have some stories in regards to James. Unfortunately, due to some time constraints, we'd like to be able to have that down on the right for us still, if we could. So as we move forward, we'll bring Ron down front. Ron, if you're ready to come up and offer up prayer. And it doesn't know Ron Gunther, James' much beloved father. Thank you.
James' life was shaped with resilience, hard work and trials he faced throughout life. Following our move from casino to property near Warrialba, he spent his childhood working alongside his family, developing strong work ethics and a knack of fixing things. Even in primary school, he would take tools to school to repair the cupboards and the doors for the Sisters of St. Paul's. During the severe drought in the mid-80s, he experienced hardship firsthand. Still while in his early teens, he and I had to make the impossible choice, having to shoot over 2,000 sheep during the drought and the survival. Meanwhile, the cattle were kept on the stock routes by his other brothers for 6 months before having to sell them. Afterwards, he attended boarding school where he suffered bullying and traumatic experiences that left a lasting impact on him. James pursued his apprenticeship with Qantas in Melbourne, facing the challenges of living independently without much support. This period shaped his interest in guns, computers, radios and bikes. Eventually led to a successful career in maintenance scheduling. His skills in project management and problem solving earned him recognition, and he contributed to major operations at the Brisbane Airport. Later in life, personal difficulties made things even tougher. At one point, false allegations caused a sudden dismissal from answer after 13 years. This really devastated him. As a distressed dad, he fought to regain access to his children, and despite the challenge, he remained committed to being there for them always, holding them in the depths of his heart. In the end, his life reflected the strength and determination of someone who endured countless challenges but remained dedicated to his family and his pursuits. His passing leaves an undeniable void, and struggles around only intensifies the grief. There are other details in his life that we spent a lot of time talking about over the last 12 months. But reconnecting with his son, Matt, was one of the most rewarding things for him. Eternal rest, son. God bless.
Thank you, Ron. As we draw towards the end of our service today, I'd like to put forward a suggestion, a thought, or a hope that all here that care to offer up a prayer, a thought, give consideration to James' friends, who he was working with and assisting willingly on the day of his tragic accident. We'd like you to think and realise that no family member or true friend of James holds anybody accountable for that accident and accept it purely as what it was. It was a tragic accident. His friends' lives have been forever changed by that accident, and it looks as though into the future it is going to impact upon them. So if you would care, please consider them in your thoughts, in your minds, in your hearts, and realised that James was doing what James always wanted to do, being a friend, being there and helping somebody out. Nobody caused an accident. An accident is simply what happened. So I thank you very much if we can take that into consideration. And unfortunately that's going to conclude today's proceedings here. But we're going to move forward to a lovely little hotel down in Forest Hill, the Lockyer Hotel. If anybody's not aware, please ask some of us local guys outside. Happily point you in that direction. Get everybody down there into a beautiful little atmosphere, sit back, where we can tell our own stories without constraints of time,